again, and it has been a while, right? Welcome back to my channel, and I'm International Master Minh here, once again play some repeat games. Once again, play some repeat game here for everybody. So in this account, okay, so I am only 1200. The idea here is to play some games with, I will try to invite randomly, right? Invite randomly and trying to get a player to play with and trying to, show you guys the ideas and thinking process and everything about chess. Sure, feel free to ask question if you have as well, and feel free to, enjoy the commentary, which I don't know if it's good or not. But let's see, right? Let's see how things can be. And let's ready for the game here. We are playing 10 minutes game, and I will try my best to explain what is going on in the game too. I am not going for all of the engine moves, but instead I will try my best to explain some natural and some easy to understand move as well. So let's go here and let's go. The game is again a guy ILS79 from Brazil. He played d4 here. I will play maybe just d5, I think so. So let's see what I play first. Knight f3, just a normal thing, right? Knight f6. I guess here, I think so. I don't know why I guessed that. You know? Somehow I'm correct. The thing is that now we get a game which is called London Variation, guys. Honestly speaking, I don't know if this is a fun thing here to go for, but this kind of thing is getting more and more popular, guys. So in general, now we cannot play c5 anymore, right? In this case, we cannot play c5 anymore, as in our repertoire earlier. But now, we can still play c5, and I think this is the best response against this London setups. d5. He hit the pawn right away here. This is extremely rare. This is extremely rare. Normally, people can play like here or here, but this is much rarer. Once again, black can do plenty of stuff. Plenty of stuff. Now here, as Lampa mentioned, is good too. You can also try queen a5 to win back the pawn here as well, which is definitely working as well. Oops, I don't know why I'm stucking things again like that. But I will play something I think the safest and also the easiest too. e6. c6. I want to attack the pawn, right? But he can play something else. But this move here, he just give me a tempo to develop my pieces, which is strange in my opinion. Take back the knight, right? Take back the pawn and develop at the same time as well. So I will say that's just a good thing. e3. Queen b6. Guys, the disadvantages of bishop f4 early is that it missed the defense of the pawn on b2 here. So I will say this kind of move is an annoying one, and especially in this London variation. The pawn here is weak, right? And in most occasions, it's not easy to defend it at all, I will say it. This one obviously is fine with lamp out, but I just want to mention that by queen here, you put pressure on the pawn on b2 right away and put him in some slight trouble to defend it, right? Knight e4. I will try something different here. Instead of just develop normally, I will try to play something else. I see some weak squares in the dark, some weak dark squares here, right? So by knight e4 here, I just prevent c3 and now I can play this move. Bishop b4 checks. You see? And suddenly, these dark squares looks pretty weak here. And I can try to get a strong initiatives. You see? And that's my ideas in general. This dark square is not really strong at all, and I can try to exploit by the checks here and my knight e4 as well. If I don't play knight e4 earlier, like let's say here, right? You can play c3 to kick my bishop away. That's it. Knight d2. He just play, I mean, actually a good move, I will say it. There are plenty of things black can do here in this position. Plenty of things. I will play something I think like easiest. Probably. Who knows, right? I'll try something I think is easiest. Castles now just fall for this bishop e4 here and c3. Which drop a pawn here. That is not bad for you at all. But I think it's hard to play in general since you drop a full pawn, right? But let's play something else. I love something like this one, so I will play it. e5. Forcing? For sure. The idea is just get a strong center, right? And if possible, like e4 ladder as well. The idea is very simple to understand. Get a strong center and start to push his pieces back home. That's the idea. Bishop e4. Okay guys, first question. Seriously? Which bishop to take here? This or this? Which one to capture right now? Obviously, you can take with pawns, but which pawn? The thing is quite fun here. In this case, I will do something that looks a bit strange. Taking e4 is not bad at all, but I will play this. Since the bishop is still attacked, right? And now by this one here, I take the pawn on e3. This one you see, right? And as you can see here, it really weakens his king on e1 as well. And it opened everything up, right? That's the idea. F3. I can play queen e3 here, definitely. Definitely here. Castle sounds good too. I'm considering on options. If you want to go for the better endgames, queen e3 is a good thing to do for sure. Will give you a very good endgame positions. But guys, since I want to give you some kind of fun lessons, I will try and do something else. Castles. Take it as good too, but I will try and do something more fun. Something that allows you guys to play a very complex and at the same time attacking positions. e4. Wow, e4 just like surprised me a lot. This move honestly is a bad thing to do, since right now you see, right? His king can castles here and his pieces suddenly is very bad. And now I can tell you that I'm much better here. He can castles right now and we can feel free to go with our attack. So guys, if you are black right now, how do you want to keep up with your attack? There are plenty of ways to do so here, but if you are black, what do you want to do? The thing for e4 is that this one just like, you know, allow my queen to control his g1 squares, and now he can castle properly. He has plenty of moves to play, but not e4 here. And now guys, how can black develop his attack here? F5, this one, to put some sense actually. You want to sacrifice the bishop here to open up the e5, right? There are plenty of things available here. It's not easy since just like so many things available at this point. For me, I think I will play the simplest option. I see that I want to play this one, right? So I'll play knight e5. Not only put my knight in the strong squares, but also now this is becoming a very serious threat. You see, right? Yes, it is. You see? And now with this one here, he's in huge trouble. Queen e3, knight e3, whatever. I should play e3 earlier as well. But whatever, right? Whatever, he's in huge trouble here. And guys, okay, he just simply allowed us to meet him here. You see, after knight e5, things just get so fast, right? And now, black to play and give mate. Now it depends on you guys. Let's meet him here. How to do so? Yes, queen e3. King here forcing, obviously. King here. Forcing. Next, guys, what to do next? I don't know. I mean, if he can defend better, but by e4, so he just, I mean, have a losing position. I think so. Yes, queen e2 is better, and this is the thing here, right? Yes, it is. You see, right? I mean, that is like, I would say, a nice checkmate, right? And somehow like a very strong attack as well. My opponent just not defend well indeed. But still, I mean, there are some moves I want to go over again, and you guys can keep pushing here as well. Okay, so let's come back to the progression, right? To the game here, right away. Okay, here it is. This is the game here. So he played d4, d5, knife 3. Recently, so some people may play this one before he played this. I would say knife 3 is not a bad thing at all. Well, I mean, Dania is playing Brandon, and I can tell that he can play with Brandon till tomorrow. When I saw them play each other, that matches will be gonna, I mean, last forever. That's it. Knife 3, knife 6. Let me come to the game again and go for some explanations. Bishop f4, right? So London here for white. Obviously, if you guys know as well, right? London is some kind of solid, very safe, but in general a bit of boring variation, right? So I assume some of you guys may not like it, but this is a thing that is worth knowing as well, and give you the ideas to be able to play a good position for white. So here, if you are black, I will strongly suggest c5, this one, which I played in the game. The idea is to put pressure on the pawn on d4 right away and play queen here as well. That's it. And I think this is a very nice thing to play here as well. By c5 here, you can allow the queen to go here. Also, you're attacking the center at once, right? Normally, so I had two different choices, e3 and c3. This and this. So c3 or e3, you are both playing with the same move. c3, right? Queen here. You see? And you have a strong attack in both d4 pawn and pawn b2 as well, which for me is gonna be pretty annoying, right? And then like the pawn here under pressure, you can play here, maybe here, and then bishop g4, right? And then like here, and then here, and then here. When black is having a safe and a very playable positions, like here and here, and here, right? And black is doing well, for sure. You see? Against e3, you play same ideas as well. Queen here, b3, knight here, and then like bishop here and here, right? Same thing as well. And I think that is a good thing to play for sure. Well, Joe, I mean, that is a very common trick. I know for sure since I played this one for black as well. The idea is like this one, right? This one here, queen c2 and bishop f5, right? This is a very disastrous mistake. Since right now you can take here on f5 right away. Queen b2 is just allowing mate. That's it. That is it. And this is a very, I mean, attractive move, but it's a big mistake. In the game, my opponent played dc5 here, which I think is a very, I mean, not very, but should be an inaccurate move. I guess so. In the game, I'm playing e6, right? Just simply play here and attack the pawn back home. I think the pawn is in trouble right away. And you know, he's in, I mean, it's not easy for him here anymore. You see here? In a game, so he plays c6, which is wrong. He allowed my knight to develop at once, right? So he played that move here, which has helped me a bit. I can play something else, maybe like e3 here, or c4, or c3, whatever. I think everything is better than just play c6 right away. I know his ideas, but I think he executed wrongly. I think. In the game, so c6 here to the pawn, right, for free. e3, queen b6 again, right? As you can see here, this pawn here is under pressure, and it's not easy for him to deal with it at all. b3, defend a pawn in a very simple ways, but knight e4, right? Knight e4 here, and now this thing looks dangerous. I mean, you can see, right? The dark squares here is not safe at all. And I mean, in the game he play well, but if you play something like bishop e2, right? I can play here, and you see, this looks pretty dangerous. His dark squares here is very vulnerable, and I can try to attack them in many ways. You understand? In the game, bishop d3, checks. Obviously, now c3 is impossible, right? This is the ideas of the move knight e4 earlier. In the game, knight d2, a safe move. I mean, if you play like knight bd2, right? I can play queen a5 for instance, with the fun ideas that if you play something like, let's say, h3, right? Knight c3, queen c1 and bishop a3 and the queen is trapped. You see? That is a simple thing to mention here, like an example to show you that white is in trouble, right? White is in trouble here. His dark square is very weakening, and attacking them is the main ideas, right? In the game, so he played knight d2, e5. I try to open up the center right away and open up bishop as well. He played bishop e4 here, which I think is hasty. Guys, in general, he can play this one as well, right? I think this is better. Like, he can always take your letter, so I think just retreat first is a good idea. I think he's hasty with the capture on e4. I assume he find the knight there so annoying. This is the only thing I can feel from this move. In the game, bishop g3, right? Bishop e4, sorry, takes. Take here is good too, but he can just play here. Oh, oops. You can just play bishop g3, right? And I need to play like f5 here, f4, whatever. I'm fine here for sure, but obviously white can still try to hold here, I would say. In a game, so bishop e4 first, takes here, right? And now the pawn e3 is hanging. Takes in the game, takes. So now this is the thing I mentioned earlier in the game. You can play here indeed, right? This one indeed. The idea is that queen e2 takes, and then like castles, and it looks good for black, right? Strong file here. Bishop pair looks good as well. And this king is very weak. You see? So this is obviously good ideas here to set up the attack. But I mean, I just want to go for something else. That's why I play castles. My king now is safe, right? And the attack just looks pretty annoying. White should play castles here actually. Castles. Queen to h1, right? And at least he can try and escape. I think so. I'm still fine here, but this is not winning right away, for sure. Or you can play something, I would say like queen f3, probably, right? At least this is the way though, so that he can castles later. You understand? In the game here, so he just make a blunder by the move. e4. And now guys, this is a very instructive moment. You want to develop pieces, right? Rook e8 here looks good, but I don't like queen f3 here probably, or f1 probably as well. But knight e5 is stronger. Why? Not only you have a strong square for the knight, right, in the center here, but also the threat here is kind of deadly, right? It's not hard to defend for sure. And you know, the knight here is in a very good place as well, right? So that's the ideas here. You understand me? In the game he missed it, and obviously he allowed the mid here, which is dead for him. Now the best way to play for him is like knight f3, but I assume this is dead as well. Like queen e3, right? Queen e3, queen e2, knight d3 here, and this looks, I mean, over, right? That's why by knight e5 here I set up a very deadly threat, which sadly for him is not easy to deal with anymore. His pieces is just very cramped here and not doing much to defend, right? That's why. So white is better here for sure, and he black obtain a serious initiatives. In the game, he allowed me to meet him here, right? But I just guess that it's just over, right? Queen e3, and the mate here is going on. That's it. So in general, in this game, I give you the ideas how to deal with the learning system as well for black. Also, like how to set up a strong attack and how to go for, some kind of move, slow move, like knight e5, right? Knight e5 here. This is a slow move, but this sets up like a deadly threat, which simply is brutal, right? So that's it. The pawn here is irrelevant. I'm even willing to sacrifice the rook here as well if you want to. The idea is to go for the strong attack, and that is the main things, right? Okay, guys. Any questions? Any questions for the game? I don't play Rapid for nearly a month, so my explanation can be not really good anymore. So, can you still hear me well or still understand the things? I just, I don't think I'm explaining well. I feel like I'm just explaining things a bit fast. I don't know, but can you understand me well? Okay, thank you for the follow as well. And nice. It is a nice thing that you can understand me well. I will try my best this year to make the commentary even better. And this is the first Rapid game of 2021. Actually, I really hope that this year we can play some better Rapid games and I can be like a good guys. Sorry, in 2022, yes it is. I'm so sorry for it. Really hope that this year I can become a better teacher. I can become like, a guy who is like instructive enough for everybody. And if you can use my lessons, if you can use my openings with success, it's just so nice, right? Well, the idea here is that I don't need to sacrifice my rook. But what I want to mention is that if I can, I'm very willing to sacrifice this one here in order to have a strong attack. The king here is very weak as well, right? So I just want to focus on the king here. No other things at all. If you want to take it, just take it. That is my question here. This is what I can explain here. Like the rook is not doing anything at all. But this king is so weak. That's why. Okay, guys. Hello, Screw as well. Hello, Screw. How are you? Okay, so my time stopped as well here. I assume that the game is going well. And really thank you for everybody for hearing to me as well. Hopefully it is instructive enough. And see you in another games later.